I've never been on a stage before.
Oh, welcome.
I've got a little story about where I live in Mangere. Now, I have this house in Mangere, and the door's often open, and there's several stray cats that come in, and I always leave a big bowl of biscuits for them. And just down the road, about 4 or 5 houses, 3 gang members live with their partners. And when they leave the property, they go brum 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 on the motorbike. We've all had. And off they go. And when they get back, they come on brum brum brum. So you got these 3 people doing this all day. And anyway, one day this really scrawny, skinny cat is in the garden. And I thought, oh, it looks like it needs a good feed. So I thought, I'll bring it in, give it a feed. And the wild ones I can't touch, but I thought this must be somebody's pet because I was able to pick it up anyway. I'll give it a feed and don't worry about it. And this happened several times. And then one day I look out the window and here's one of these gang members in the front yard. And he's looking around. So I open the door and I say, what's the matter? He says, I'm looking for my cat. What sort of cat is it? He says, it's a skinny cat and it's a diabetic cat. Have you ever heard of such a thing? He's in my kitchen eating, what the hell do I do? So I said, oh, I can hear my phone. I shut the door, race into the kitchen, flat out, pick up the bowl that it's eating, open the cupboard under the bench, chuck the bowl in, biscuits everywhere, shut the door, grab the cat, run out the back door, and hurl it over the fence into the neighbours. And by this time, I'm hearing thump, thump, thump on the door. So I go to the door, and what happened is this, I know who it is, and I open the door, and as soon as I undo the latch, the door flies open, almost knocking me to the wall. And here's this cat's gang member, love on one hand, hate on the other, fear around his neck with a chain tattoo, funny things. And he storms through my house into the kitchen, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, oh, I've got this gang member in the house, what do? How do I get him out of here? Anyway, I follow him into the kitchen and I'm looking out the window, and fortunately, the cat jumps over the fence and sits on, and I'm quick, is that the cat on the fence? And he says, yes. So out the back door he goes, and he calls the cat, and the cat comes up and he picks it up. And I'm looking at this, just doesn't fit in my brain. He's going, oh, Battler, poor darling, Daddy's missed you. Where have you been? I think, this is a gang member. And he's petting the cat and talking, baby talk to it almost. Oh, let Daddy take you home. And I'm thinking, Daddy, and give you a nice dinner. And off he walks down. Well, that was an experience that I never expected I would have. But there it was. So I thought that's over. But the next day, I'm in the supermarket with my shopping list and my trolley. We're going around, a bit of this, bit of that, and things I needed for the house. And halfway through my list, I realised I'm in front of this pet food place. And I'm looking on the shelf. And there it is, in the top corner, in the cool part, refrigerated cooling part, was these little aluminium foil dine-like things, one serving, and it's diabetic cat food. I went, what? Tuna fish and chicken, 2 flavours. So I thought, well, obviously there is diabetic cats. So I finished going around the supermarket and I've finished my list. But what happens just when I think I'm going to the checkout, I find myself in front of the diabetic cat food fridge, and my hand reaches up. 3 tuna fish. 3 tuna. I look at the price. $4.85. Then I look at the regular size one for a normal cat, $2.70. Why is that so much more expensive? Well, anyway, I go to the checkout, pay, take my groceries home, put them away. Next day, the cat turns up. Well, that's all right. I've got diabetic food for it now. I give it, he gobbles it all up. And then I think, what are you doing? You know? So I think, you don't want to feed him. He's told you not to feed him. He's got a bigger fist than you have. So I packet it up in one of these paper bags you get now instead of the plastic ones with a bit of string on. Roll it up, put them all in it, and put 2 bat loads. Slip down the road, make sure they don't slip them in the letterbox and go home, and I think I'm finished with that. And that's all right. And the motorbike goes out, vroom, vroom, vroom. A couple of times. But 2 days later, I come home, and there, sitting on my front doorstep, is a box of spine lager stuff. And on the top, in indelible pen, it's got, "From Battler, thanks." And I thought, well, these guys can't be too bad after all. And the other thing that has changed after that is when these guys leave, they all do their thing to say goodbye when they go and hello when they come back. But one of them, when he goes past my place, he gives me a brum, 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 brum. Right outside my place. I'm sure my neighbours love it. So in some way, I've made a connection with this guy through his cat. And I feel a lot safer in the street because I know those guys aren't going to worry about me. So there it is, a friendship that can come through a diabetic cat. We have a friend, we just worry. But there we go. That's the story, folks.